Hello, everyone. How are we today? It's Marvel of the Sage here with Sunny. How are we doing today, Sunny?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I can't complain. We also have the main angry man back himself, Chase.
Main. If I would.
Well, you stuck with it. But Sunny wanted to come on today, talk about a couple of things, and we're going to get into it just a second. And mm, I just want to say, for those who watched the third episode and wondered what I was talking about, yeah, I spoiled the entire surprise as you gathered from some of the audio, and it's currently being worked on. So we're gonna just nip that in the bud now. It was an edit. It was a mistake. I was tired. I was talking to these guys for about 2 to 3 hours, and your boy was sleepy. I fell asleep, I think, and then woke up. It was like 5 a.m. I was like, I'm not sure what just happened. But anyway, Sonny, what did you
That's
want
your.
to? Anyway, Sonny,
Okay.
what did you want to talk about?
Um, so I listened to your first podcast
Thank you.
and I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
And I remember before you got into the serious stuff, you were talking to William about Illytown.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you guys didn't mention my name, but I was part of the project. I wasn't. I think the thing I did a little bit of the voice acting, and I did background designs. That was my thing. Um, but the reason why I left, and I just want to say, um, viewer discretion advised. If you are under the age of 18 and are triggered by physical, mental, or sexual abuse, please don't listen to this. Okay?
Thanks for warning.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's it's gonna get deep.
50.
Okay. So, where do I want to start at?
Wherever you
Okay,
want.
so you guys remember that I was dating somebody, right?
I do recall, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that guy.
I'm not going to say his name, but
All right.
I know you guys didn't really know him, did you?
Not at all.
Not really, no.
I do remember I did take him to a party that we were having, and he was not having a fun time. You know, he had his head down the entire time. And I remember Linnell, I called him Vinyl, but he leaned over to me and was like, Jasmine, your dude's crying. I just said my name. Oops, Sonny, your boy's crying. And
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, oh. And he was crying because I was spending time with my friends and not spending time with him.
Right.
Cause he was very demanding in attention. Um, let's see. We started dating in April of 2016,
Oh wow.
and he has some mental issues. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think he had Asperger's and something else. And if you have Asperger's, I'm not saying this is the type of person you are or anything, but there was something wrong with this boy. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um well, my first clue that my first red flag I saw should have been when I got a message from his ex-girlfriend telling me, "Don't date this man. You're stupid. Get away from him. He's a terrible person." And she told me about how manipulative he was, how he tried to talk her into doing sexual things, and how he called it the touching game.
Oh.
And, of
But
course,
I've never heard someone refer to something like that as the touching.
I know, it's really weird. And, I brushed it aside because, ha ha ha, crazy ex girlfriend. That's what it was. Well, we were dating for about a month, and he's like, "Oh, I love you so much," which, okay, that's fine. A little early to say that. And then he said, "If you ever leave me, I'll kill myself."
Oh God.
Which, yeah, if you're ever in a relationship with somebody and they tell you that they're going to kill themselves if you ever leave them, you leave them immediately. That is a major red flag. That is a sign saying, "Hey, I'm a manipulative person. Get away from me."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I keep hitting my microphone. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I'm trying not to do that. Um, he was very manipulative. I remember I went to my grandma's house. My grandma lived 3 hours from me in my hometown because I was going to the art institute, and I took him with me so he could meet my grandma, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my little nephew was over, and I was laying in the floor playing with my nephew, like every aunt does. I don't get to see him much. And he starts complaining. I'm like, "Well, what's your problem?" And he goes, why aren't you spending any time with me?" And I'm like, "Dude, I see you every single day. I don't ever, ever see my nephew. Let me see him." And like, I went up to go to the bathroom. I didn't say anything. "Hey, I'm going to the bathroom." I just got up and went because, I don't need to announce to the entire household that I'm going to the bathroom.
Right.
Well, he gets up. This is what my grandma told me, that when you went to go to the bathroom, he got up, he walked into the kitchen, he walked into the laundry room, he walked into the basement, he walked upstairs, and he's like looking around.
What?
And I get out of the bathroom. He goes, "Where were you?" And I'm like, I was in the bathroom." He goes, "Well, why were you there?" And I'm like, "Because I had to go to the bathroom." He goes, "Well, you need to spend time with me." And I'm like, "No, I don't." And every time we would go out, he would always have to sit right next to me. Like, if we sat in a booth, we would sit in the same booth, and he always had one hand on my arm, like, just to make sure I wouldn't leave him or try and run away or anything. If we were sitting at a regular table with like chairs around it, he would scoot the chair as close as possible to me, and he'd constantly have his arm on me, massaging my shoulders. Um, and I'd be like, "Stop, stop, stop," because I don't like showing that kind of affection in public. Pushing him away. "Stop, please don't do that." And then when we were at home, we'd be, sitting in his room playing video games. He would try to get physical with me. "I'm not in the mood. Please don't touch me. Please, I don't want to do this." And he would, try to get sexual, and I'd have to push him away. And then he'd start yelling at me, being like, "Oh, you don't love me. You don't treat me right." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm just not in the mood. I had work and I had school. I'm tired and I need to work on my homework." "No, no, no. I'm more important than school. You just want to be an artist. That's not an important job. It's not important. You don't need to do that. It's easy."
Wow.
And yeah, he was a major jerk.
He's
Um
a scumbag.
yeah, he is. We would, he lived with his mom. Um and like, we would be swimming in a swimming pool, and he would constantly like throw me around. He was a big wrestling fan, so he would wrestle, throw me in the pool. Well, one time he pinned me down underwater and held me there for 2 minutes. I can't
Jesus.
hold I can't hold my breath for two
He
minutes.
tried to drown
I
you?
almost drowned. I almost drowned.
My God.
Yeah. I
Oh,
yeah. And me being the stupid 19-year-old I was, I didn't think nothing of it. Like, oh, he's got this problem. He doesn't mean it. He didn't mean it. He would remember one time he was a big Eminem fan. Like he was obsessed with Eminem and he was playing music. He was rapping along to it and I was kind of recording him from the side as a haha joke cuz he's a terrible rapper. And he noticed it and he tackled me, ripped my phone out of my hand and threw it and hit me in the face for it.
What?
Yeah, like
Jesus.
it's not like I wasn't gonna like post it on Facebook or anything. Like he hit me for it.
I am so sorry that
In-
happened to you, Jasmine. Oh my God. That's
Yeah,
sad.
yeah. No, I know. Like I was talking to you like what a month ago or so, and you were telling me about how like you had to stop somebody from because they were like stalking me.
Yeah,
I
what
I
was
should have
that?
just gone to you guys. Honestly, you guys probably could have helped me. But I think like
Definitely. I'm
one of the
so I'm so
most
sorry we didn't like ask anything.
it's not your fault. I mean, you guys didn't know. I didn't bring them around often, but like I was I remember I was working at that sandwich shop across the street from the school. You guys remember that place?
Uh,
You guys know what I'm
I
talking about?
pot.
Yeah.
It was called Potbelly's.
Yeah.
Yeah, their sandwiches are so good. We don't have anything like that here in Florida, by the way. It sucks. Good sandwiches. Mm.
Jesus.
Well, my boss, she really liked me because I was a really good worker. And if I wasn't busy and they needed somebody to come in, she'd always call me and she goes, "Oh well, Jasmine, you is everything okay? You haven't been you've always been willing to come in, but lately you haven't." And I'm like, "Oh well, I've been spending time with my boyfriend." And like I was falling behind in my classes because I couldn't work on my homework because he was so demanding. So demanding. And then like he would beg for me, like he would call me crying in class, call me saying he needed me and he missed me and I had to leave class. I know one of our teachers, I cannot remember his name, but him and his wife both worked at the school and they'd always dress up as the same outfit. And when you ask them who picked out your outfit, they would always say their cat. You guys know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, the
Yeah, I think
foxes.
I know. I think they were the foxes,
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
yes. He straight up's like, why do you keep leaving? Why do you keep asking to leave class early? And I'm like, oh, family emergencies and whatnot. And I think he knew that something was wrong, but he knew that I was lying to him. But yeah, I was like falling behind on my bills because he was so demanding. Like he didn't have an actual job because he couldn't get one because of his mental, because he had a mental handicap. Like he went to a special school and everything. So he only got like a little bit of money from a job that the school provided. And so he would spend all that money and then he'd be like, "Well, let's go on a date." And then we'd go to like a nice restaurant and he'd be like, "Oh, I don't have any money, by the way." So I would have to pay for it.
Hell.
And I know like probably one of the messed up things he ever did, we were driving and we were almost at his house and he was like, "Oh, I love you so much. You're so sexy, you're so hot, you're an amazing woman. I want to marry you someday and I want to have kids and maybe we'll have a daughter." And if we have a daughter, I can play with her too.
What?
Except he didn't say play. He didn't say play. He said touch.
Oh my god.
Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's a big red flag.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like 6 months into the relationship when he said that. And then like he said that and I'm like, wait a minute. What? I kind of started to open my eyes. I remember my dad met him. He did not like him. My father is a really good people reader. Like he can read people really well. And he straight up told me, he goes, I don't like this guy. You should break up with him. Um, he seems pretty nice, but judging about by how obsessed he is over you, I'm gonna say that if you do get married, you're going to have a very abusive marriage.
I mean, yeah.
And he said that to me, and it made me realize that I'm already there. Like, he literally grabbed me by he put his hand in my mouth and pinched my cheek and dragged me across the floor just because I wouldn't do, backdoor stuff with him.
Jesus.
Lucky.
Yeah. So I was doing terrible in school. I was doing low performance at work. Um, I was just becoming a very depressed person. So my dad just recently moved to Florida, and I'm like, okay, this is what I gotta do. So I dropped out of college and I moved away to Florida.
Oh.
And
Jeez.
there's so much else. There's so much stuff. I don't want to go into too much detail. Um, he he never like hurt me enough to where it like showed bruises or I'd have to go to the hospital. Besides, almost drowning me.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like also I noticed he never complimented my artwork or my personality or my face. It was always about my body or about stuff like that. Like
I am so
it was
sorry
just
that that happened to
overall,
you. It's just, oh my
it
god.
was yeah, I should have come to you guys honestly. You guys probably would have been able to help me. Um
Most definitely, like, when we were all in college, I consider, you guys family. I still do, and just knowing that now,
mhm.
I'm just, man, I am so sorry that happened to you. Like,
Yeah, that is be
But
awful.
it is it's awful. No, but I know like I was afraid to break up with him, honestly. So what I did was, I called him up. I'm like, yo, let's go to Target. And I was like, okay. This was in November, so this was I moved at the end of the semester, and this was at the end. This was like after Thanksgiving, so it was the end of November. I'm like, yo, let's go to Target. He's like, okay, okay. When we get there, we look around, we do whatever, and we get back, and I pull into his driveway. He gets out of the car. I lock the door and I crack the window and I said, I'm breaking up with you. And then I burn rubber and get out of there. I left all of my stuff there. So he has like some of my paintings, he has my chair, he's got some of my clothes. I think he had a pair of shoes and like some of my makeup there. Like there, I just left it there. I didn't care. I just wanted it gone. I didn't care.
you did the
And then I,
you did what was best for you, and I'm glad you did that. Like that
mm-hmm,
either way, it's just abuse. Any kind of abuse is terrible, and I'm
mm-hmm.
just so sorry you went through all
Yeah,
that.
well,
Like that must
he
that was
was
terrible.
very he was very manipulative, like so manipulative, like and I was afraid to break up with him because like, oh, if I ever he constantly said that if you ever break up with me, I'll kill myself. Um, But I know, like, you know, I broke up with him and I went home and I'm like, okay, I feel very good about myself right now. And I didn't get a message from him or anything. And then when I moved down to Florida, I got a message from him, and he was saying how he goes, I never loved you. You're ugly. You're dead to me. I was only using you. You know, you're a terrible human being. You weren't good to me. You deserve to die. And he messaged me on Facebook. So I blocked him on Facebook. And then he's tried calling me and texting my phone number. So I blocked him there. And then he started messaging me on Instagram. So I blocked him there. And then he tried to message my art Facebook page. So I had to block him there too. And I haven't heard a single thing from him since.
Good, you know, fuck that guy. Like,
I
Mm-hmm.
don't think contact you. To be honest, I did such a thorough job, kind of shutting him
Yep.
out.
I just went blockety block block.
good.
All you can do in that scenario.
Yeah. But lucky for me, I do have an amazing husband that treats me right. So,
That's good.
but oh boy, he has to deal with a lot.
Really? He does?
My husband?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he has a wife who has severe PTSD.
True, 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 true. My apologies. I thought something
Yeah.
else was going on. I'm like, oh no, what else is going on?
Well, he's kind of dumb. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
The
No, he's a good husband.
Good. That's good to know. Like, you know, I would love it if you two came on to talk on the show too.
Yeah, we'll do that. He's currently playing Battlefield. He was playing Doom Eternal, but he decided to change it up.
Battlefield. I was never good at Doom Eternal. I'm terrible at still. Like, you ask Carter, like, I still can't get through past the Spider Lakes guy on the first stage.
Oh, I can't play Doom Eternal.
It's really fast paced.
Well, it's fast paced, but also there's like a lot of bright orange and red colors, and it just really hurts my eyes.
I just live for the chaos and the carnage.
Mm-hmm. Well, I
Ripping
mean,
up.
hey, I play Fallout 4. I've got that cannibal and that bloody mess perk, so
I've never played as a cannibal. Fuck that.
I've played probably every single last thing on Fallout 4 until I start getting mod. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I have a gaming PC now, so I can mod Fallout, and I just put in the most ridiculous mods and oh, in Skyrim.
I only have
seen my mods in Skyrim. Have you, Chase?
Wait, what?
The mods I have in Skyrim and Fallout.
I don't think I want to know.
No, but I'm saying you've seen them before. What I've done.
Yeah, I've seen the awful things you have brought to light. Kind of bizarre.
Yeah, I have like 50 kids in Skyrim.
And you ain't paying any child support either, you fucking broke ass motherfucker.
terrible human being.
Absolutely, he's a terrible father.
I'm just spreading my seed across the land.
Yeah, playing the role of Genghis Khan, I guess.
Oh, God.
No, I have Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is my favorite video game, by the way. I don't know if you could tell, but
I remember.
Fallout New Vegas was a better experience
I have
overall.
never played it. I want to play it so bad, but I don't have a PS3, and you apparently can't play it on a PS4. And I personally don't like playing on PC.
I I will play on PC if I have a controller because using the WASD and arrow keys just feels so alien and foreign to me. I have a really hard time doing it.
That's why I don't like. I don't know. I'm a PlayStation person. I like the PlayStation.
The
Um,
PlayStation is really easy to
it's what
adapt
I'm
to.
used to.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
like when I got my PC, like it was mostly out of frustration because I was seeing all these people do all these cool things on like mod pages, and I was like, oh wow, I want to do that, and then when I finally got one, I kind of went on a modding spree to a point where like I can pretty much use any game controller I want on my computer now, and it's kind of just like I have all this power, and yet I abuse it.
No, my husband's a big PC gamer, so he's got like that dual monitor setup that I'm totally taking advantage of right now. And he's
PC
got the nice gamer headphones.
PC Master Race.
Is he a gamer girl?
He's not a gamer girl.
Oh, I bet he doesn't even know scope. So
He doesn't know what.
I was like, I bet he doesn't even know scope.
Yeah, he does not. Nope. Noob.
Noob.
Says the
I
guy currently playing a JRPG at this.
Oh,
I don't
so
know. I'm definitely not a gamer girl. I'm very picky when it comes to video games and I'm not good at them. And I don't like playing multiplayer games.
Same.
oh my god, don't get me started on that. There's
Like online games,
yeah,
not my thing. Not my
oh
thing at all.
like
That's
Yeah,
that's
it's really hard to get into those something.
like multiplayer games is kind of like you're swimming with sharks and you're constantly bleeding. And honestly, those sharks are like 12-year-old prepubescent boys who are just angry for no damn reason. It's like
Yeah, no,
someone's gonna call you the N word and someone's gonna say that they effed they fucked your mom, and it's like why?
no,
I just want to play the game.
if my husband's playing Call of Duty or something on the PlayStation, I have to tell him to wear headphones because I cannot stand hearing a little 12-year-old being like, "Oh, what the F, man? That's not fair. The game's rigged. It glitched on me. Your mom." Like, they sound like little girls, and they're just so annoying. And then you've got the adult men just quietly playing, and then if they die, they'd be like, "Oh, dang it," or "GG."
Basically,
Gee,
like I play Mortal Kombat
But at least,
online. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
but at least with Fortnite, we don't have to deal with little 12-year-olds as much.
I find
I
that
don't know about
so
that.
shocking. Like Fortnite is like every kid's like hangout spot. It seems like online.
Yeah, that's so weird.
It seems like adults are
I've
getting more
never
into.
played it.
It's a weird game. I've played it once just to hang out with my brother, and I didn't understand what was going on at all. It seems like nowadays it's kind of switching up again. Like adults are playing like
Mhm.
more colorful games like Fortnite, and like kids and teenagers are going to like Call of Duty and what was it, Rainbow Siege or something.
You know what game I've been playing a lot lately?
What?
Animal Crossing.
I love Animal Crossing.
It
I
is
sold my Switch.
so
I have to get it
adorable.
back. I have to get my Switch back.
Mhm.
I have to get my Switch back.
Well, my birthday was a couple of days after Animal Crossing came out, and I didn't have a Switch, but I wanted to play it so bad. So my husband's like, "Oh, I'll get you a Switch for your birthday." I'm like, "Okay, cool, awesome. I would really like that." And well, a very sought after game came out, so a lot of people were buying Switches. A lot of scalpers were buying them so they could jack the price up on them and resell them.
Oh, I hate
But
scalpers.
also, quarantine started,
Oof.
so a lot of people were buying them because, oh crap, my children are going to be home because school has been canceled and I don't want them driving me up the wall.
That
Well, every time we would go to Walmart or we'd go to Target or we would go to the mall to GameStop or something, we'd be like, yo, you got any Switches in? And they'd be like, yeah, we got the Switch Lite. And I'm like, no, we don't want that. Well, finally, in September of 2020, we went into a Walmart. Do you have any Switches? Yeah, we have two. Okay, we'll take it. And they're like, okay, do you want the original version or do you want the limited edition Animal Crossing one? And I screamed, Animal Crossing! So I got a special edition Animal Crossing Switch.
Nice.
There you go.
It's so cute. It's adorable. I love it.
Like the first time when I had a Switch, it was mostly just Smash Brothers. But then I sold it,
Mm-hmm.
and then April of last year, believe it or not, I was able to get lucky to get a Lite. But December I had to sell it because at the time I was paying off a couch, and they were like, "Look, if you don't make
Mm-hmm.
this one specific payment, we're gonna take the couch away." I'm like, "Well, how much you guys need?" $160. I'm like, "Are you serious?" So I go up to this replay, sell my Switch. It was literally just 160 they gave me back. I'm like, "Well, that's bullshit." Like
Mm-hmm.
it was exact change and everything, and I was just like, "Well, this is bullshit." And right now, my mission is to buy back my Switch so I can have my PS4, my laptop, and my Switch just all back in my grips. Because yeah, I sold my PS4
My
last year too.
only. Oh, did you? I haven't got the PlayStation 5 yet. We've been waiting on it. Because, well, one, it's hard to find because scalpers in this area are on crack because it's Florida.
Oh,
So they're extra crazy.
oh my
Um,
god.
but my only complaint about the Nintendo Switch is that the digital version on the game are so expensive and they're like practically the same price as the games you get at the store
Oh yeah.
because you're literally downloading it. There's no handling of packaging or anything. And they're never on sale. It's $60 for the end of time. It seems like
Um, one
it is
thing,
like
one thing I would recommend because I've been doing this for about like 2 years now. There's this app called QuadPay or Klarna, and pretty much you can buy whatever you want. They give you a spending limit.
not sponsored.
You're not sponsored yet.
Yet.
I
I
already know
don't think we
I already
will
know
be.
this isn't going to get sponsored, but it's whatever. But basically, is you would you buy something, it gives you a total, and then you only pay like half, like it's a very small portion. So but basically, it's a pay as you go thing. So like you only get make like four payments. So like by the end of the month, I will fully paid off something, but I will still get the item I was getting for like the next day or the week or however long shipping was, and then it's mine.
Yeah, I've used something like that for shoes before, so yeah, I know.
Like honestly, I was able you can talk to Chase. I was able to get so much stuff I really wanted for like decent prices and only paying them like every odd week or so, every 2 weeks, and I'm just like I can actually get things because
Yay.
scalpers were just ridiculous last year. Like especially for like
They
me.
were.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I think COVID kind of helped the scalpers go a little bit more crazy. Like they were scalping everything.
Definitely.
Gaming systems, toilet paper, cleaning products,
Oh.
um ketchup apparently.
Wait, did you hear about the guy? Because this did happen in Florida, who bought like a whole store's worth
Of
of toilet
course.
paper, and was shocked and surprised to find out people were going to pay $20 for a single roll of tissue,
Hmm.
and I was stuck
Uh,
with like a whole store's worth of toilet paper in his house.
I've seen so many stories like that. Like, person spends $16,000 on cleaning supplies and stuck with it because people are refusing to get ripped off by him. And I'm like, oh, just it's karma.
It really is.
Karma is a whole bitch.
It's just like I hate when people do that to take advantage of something that's a crisis, and like they're looking for a profit. And I'm like, that's disgusting.
Immediately.
America.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Oh,
That's
so
America for you.
oh, it gets even better. Out here, like it's rare to see like Trump supporters, right? But I imagine Florida is like, as soon as you walk down the street, someone's waving that flag. Um, by the Art Institute,
I
believe it or not.
haven't seen very much of it recently.
Good. I remember Chase. You posted this video of you were like outside of the Art Institute or somewhere, and you were like, "Look, guys, it's a bunch of fucking losers."
Yeah, no, I had just gotten back from an out of town job for work, and I don't remember where I was going. Oh, I think I was going to pick up my laptop because it was getting repaired. So I was on my way down there, and I saw a bunch of people just with picket signs and shit yelling, "Stop the steal, 2021, save America, end socialism." I'm like, man, I hope y'all catch hypothermia. I really do.
Oh, I am neck deep in rich old white men conservatives.
Oof.
So during the presidency of Donald Trump, I saw so many stickers, like bumper stickers, so many hats, so many yard signs, so many flags flying in people's yards, off the pickup trucks of the rednecks. So much of it. And then when COVID hit, they wore, if they wore a mask, it said Donald Trump on it. And I think the most craziest thing I saw was a person. They were constantly at the Home Depot in my area. And, I currently work there, so I saw a lot of that. They had their pickup truck with that vinyl wrap on it, and it had like the American flag, bald eagles, Donald Trump with a six pack,
Oh
Donald
my
Trump
god.
wearing his hat, Donald Trump, like his whole Ford 4x4 was just done up in a Donald Trump vinyl. And then he had two Make America Great flags on it. He had the stickers. He was wearing the shirt. He was wearing the hat. I'm just like,
Who is this dude?
get his dick out of your mouth, please. You're okay. You want to support your president? Fine, great, awesome. I mean, he was a lousy person, but you do you, boo. But don't worship him like a god. I mean, people don't even do vinyl wraps of Jesus on their cars unless you're like some church or something.
Right.
Churches don't even do that. Like, why are you doing that for a man? Like, people don't have Kanye West vinyl wrapped on their car or Billie Eilish vinyl wrapped on their car. Like, come on.
I know several people who would like to have Kanye West vinyl wrapped on their car for some ass reason.
Oh,
I thought
like
vinyl wrapped on.
Like, why are you wasting your money on that? Like, the people who sell these shirts and these hats and these flags, like, you're buying this stuff from, is it going towards his campaign, or is it going in the seller's pocket? Like, you're
I
not
don't think
supporting your president, you're just showing everybody how much dick you can handle.
it's.
like
There was Trump stores in Florida. There was two of them near my town.
are you serious?
Like, all they sold was Trump merchandise. They're currently closed, but
Yeah. I don't know why, but I fucking love that so much.
no, I constantly see bumper stickers. Um and occasionally I'll see a hat and a shirt. But I've been starting to see a lot of Take America Back 2024.
Oh no.
Not as much, but it's raising in numbers, so they're still out there.
That's just
You would think after the
take
whole
America.
Capitol thing, like Washington would be like, okay, so that was a bad idea, guys. Let's not give him a chance to be reelected.
The whole capital, like, I am not against um protests or anything like that, but like with like the whole like the Black Lives Matters protests, they got violent. But the reason why they got violent was because they were protesting peacefully and the police started, shooting tear gas at them. And then they went crazy,
Oh yeah,
which
it was downtown in Chicago. Like my brother, I remember he was like, "Yeah, dude, like I just went into alley and didn't do anything. It was just madness."
well, yeah, which, you don't like looting, fine. That's very you don't like violent protests, that's very understandable. But those same people were silent when the Capitol riots were going on. Like they were
Oh,
absolutely silent.
like Tommy
And the
Lauren, yeah,
police didn't get violent once.
not at all. I think
It's
an
like,
officer was killed, wasn't he?
you
Yeah,
know what? I think so. An officer was killed,
an
if I
officer was
remember.
killed at the riots, at the Capitol riots. Officer sickness.
Say again, Chase.
No, the most I've heard about that from conservatives was blaming the left for complaining about it, or blaming what was it? It was Antifa's idea. I think that was another thing I was seeing too.
Oh, they're
It was all
saying.
Antifa.
Oh, they're saying the moose guy with the buffalo guy was part of
Yes,
Antifa or
the
something.
moose guy, the buffalo guy. Yep.
I'm like,
I mean, that
I
dude was
don't know.
ridiculous.
I'm like, I don't know. He doesn't look
He
like.
was definitely from Florida.
Like whenever I make a joke about Florida, I'm like, well, Jasmine lives down there. She's my God, Angelo. Sonny is out in
Sonny lives
Florida.
down there.
Sonny lives down there, and I'm like,
We're bleeping my real name. You guys don't know it.
I will try my best to edit it. I will honestly reach out to Chase and be like,
Well, you don't know.
what do you say? You talking shit?
I said you don't know how to edit.
Yet I'm working on it anyway. Like I have a week. Like I'm honestly going to upload this Saturday because I already uploaded like 2 episodes. So I'm like, I record it, then save it for next week, and then keep it going.
YouTube algorithm is gonna love you if you're just uploading every single day.
Fuck the algorithm because I was uploading videos like every week at one point, and what I mostly got were people trying to have me buy bots, so that was fun.
Apparently, there is a day during the week that is ideal for uploading.
Really?
I remember Charlie Penguin Zero made a video about it. I don't know if it still holds true, but I believe the day that's really ideal to upload things onto YouTube, at least, I believe is Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. I could be
Wait,
wrong.
who uploaded that?
Penguin Zero.
Ah, I love that man. He lives like an hour away from me.
Lucky.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yes. Yeah,
I like
I believe he's from Tampa.
Nice.
his
Yeah,
videos are pretty.
me and my husband watch him all the time.
His videos are pretty funny.
Oh yeah.
They are very funny. I really enjoy his sarcastic nature. It's amazing.
He kind of reminds me of Chase. If Chase like we're relaxed.
You know what? I agree with that.
I feel like he's a lot less angry than I don't think I'm on that level.
don't see Chase trying to win a collection contest against Beldaphine anytime soon, though. I will say that. If you know what I'm talking about, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Even if I were into collecting that type of thing, I wouldn't want to challenge her because it'd be the worst idea of my life. Because I would get my ass handed to me in a little box. That's what would happen.
It would come in a gamer girl bathwater container.
She makes so much money off that. She makes so much money.
I know. It's like I need to rethink my career. Oh my gosh.
After OnlyFans and everything, like I'm like, you know, if I just use my knees and put them on my shirt, I'm pretty sure I can get a lot of likes.
I mean, I'm not knocking. Y'all know I don't slut shame. I slut appreciate, but damn.
Don't do that. No, I'm currently selling pictures of my feet if anybody are interested.
I mean, no. I am
Can
not.
you cash at me $20?
Oh wait, did you guys hear that people are trying to scam people by saying, "Hey, it's me, Beyonce. I'm trying to come out to your local town to meet you, but my luggage and everything else was stolen. Can you cash at me $125 so I can get a plane to come see you?" And then,
I mean,
really fall for that?
If you fall for them, you deserve to have your money stolen.
Oh, it's like
another thing about my ex-boyfriend. You guys just reminded me about him. He was so stupid. Like he would he had online friends on his PlayStation account, right?
Yeah.
And they'd be like, "Yo, this skin's tight. I wish I could afford it." And he would give them his credit card information.
What?
And he was wondering why, like, his identity got stolen so many times. He would fall for every scam call. Like, even, like, the extended car warranty ones when he doesn't even own a car.
Yeah, those extended car warranties. I'm gonna die one of these days and be up at heaven. I'm gonna get a call from somebody. It's like, "You're talking about your extended vehicle. You kissed my ass."
I remember one
time.
I
got.
Go. Sorry.
I've been getting a lot of those calls lately, and I'm like, dude, I've literally had my car for a month. No way. No, there's no way my warranty is up. And then I'd scream, "Stop calling me!"
Like when I was setting up and I took my headphones off a little bit, I was trying to call Carter. I got a call from one of them. I was like, I'm setting this shit straight now. I was like, stop calling here. I told you guys to take my name off your list several times. I've blocked you, and then, like I looked at my phone, 28 different times. Lose my number.
Oh my gosh, they're like a crazy ex. I would know.
Yeah, you would.
No, I like how we've gone to like real deep sad boy hours to talking about video games, to talking about conservatives, to talking about a car warranty.
This is why it's called the Chameleon Podcast. Literally, we change subjects like we change colors.
That actually makes sense. That should be your intro.
I mean, here's the problem with that, though. It came from Angelo, so I feel like the world has to end.
Fuck up, Chase.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, so yesterday of the time of this recording was the long and waited for Josh fight.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Little Josh won.
Did you guys see who the winner was?
Yeah, 4-year-old boy named Josh.
Yep.
Little Josh.
Little Josh.
The internet can be used for good. It really can.
Yes, it can. No, I was expecting it to have a turnout, but like the same turnout the Area 51 raid had. But it was actually a pretty good turnout, and I thought it was a very wholesome moment in today's society when there's a lot of sad things going on.
True.
That's true. The Area 51 memes used to make me laugh my ass off.
Same.
I always loved those.
It just
They
Say
were great.
I just hate when people
laughs and 3,000.
like here's the thing, like people who get mad at it was like, oh, this is dumb. People are immature for laughing at this. It's like, well, we're all sad right now, so let's try and be happy.
Well, um, let's be real. Gen Z humor is just it's hard to explain.
Okay, I'll give you an
I
example.
showed my dad a joke and he goes, "That's not funny." And what does that mean? And I'm like, well, it's a meme. And he goes, a meme? And I go, you know what? Never mind. I'm not getting into this conversation.
Okay,
No, my dad's
okay, I got something for you guys.
memes.
I got something for you guys.
Oh no. Like this. My dad seems to have discovered memes and he's just shit posting on Facebook. It's always annoying.
It's awesome.
Really.
E.
It's the worst part is the memes aren't even funny. They're a bunch of conservative far right type memes. I'm just like,
no.
what the
Oh, they're
fuck?
like those minion memes.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, my mom.
They say
uses
something cheesy and it's a little minion.
them. Yeah, my mom uses
I
them
hate those
sometimes.
so much. Those are memes for boomers. Let's be real. So boomers feel cool on the internet.
It's like you're right,
Boomer.
but it's like my mom was born in like the 70s and came up through the 80s and 90s, so I'm like, like she used to call them
No,
memes.
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 I love the memes.
And mom, if you're hearing this, yes, I was making fun of you, but I still love you always. Also, can you save me some chicken?
You save me. Now you ain't getting no goddamn chicken.
You shut up, Chase.
Just deal with it. You don't deserve the chicken, Angelo.
I deserve all the chicken. I'll clog my arteries as much as I want.
Boy, get the.
One time, I went home to visit my dad, and my dad, when he lived in Illinois, he was a produce farmer. And I brought, he specialized in sweet corn and watermelons. And he gave me a couple of like watermelons. I don't like watermelons. So I offered one to you, Angelo. And you're like, is it because I'm black? I'm like, do you like a watermelon or not?
I remember that.
I don't remember if you took it or not, but
I did. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like I was talking shit. Honestly, I was like, I'm greatly offended, but I'm also very hungry.
I remember I offered it to you because I was offering everyone watermelon. You're my friend. I wasn't singling you out because of the stereotype.
I know. I was just shit. I was honestly just being a shithead that day. I was like, oh, this is gonna be gold.
Being up in Photoshop class, and I'd like get up from my computer to go to the bathroom, and I'd come back, and there'd be a Google image search of racist, and I turn around, and Vinyl's over there laughing. He would make so many racist jokes towards me.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, he would. He would. I mean, it was all in good fun. Like, you know, I would say like, yo, I'm gonna fight you, and he goes, I would win that fight, and I'm like, dude, I'm a white girl, I'd win that fight. And he goes, hey.
I mean, that is a fair point.
Do you remember?
And he'd start laughing. Like we just went back and forth, you know.
Do you remember when
he was a cool kid. I absolutely loved him.
Yeah, he was awesome. Do you remember that time me, you, and a few other people we all had to walk to the school, but it was like snowing really bad, and we thought we lost someone, and somebody said we have to move on without them, and then we heard muffling in the snow. We were like, it was like Andrea, like, you guys are going to leave me to die, because it was just so thick of snow.
Listen, the winter calls to us. Sometimes the winter calls us back. I don't even know what I'm saying.
I do not miss the snow.
Good.
But what I
it was
don't
terrible.
like is the constant heat. It is 90 degrees outside right now.
Yeah, see, I live in a where always too warm, so I always have to have my AC on to some extent because I hate sweating in my own home. It just pisses me off.
I don't like sweating in my home either. I don't think anybody does, really. I don't think people usually don't enjoy sweating.
I woke up in a cold sweat this morning, and I didn't understand
That's not
why.
good.
Like here's the thing, cause after the stream, not stream, but podcast last night, I tried to like just edit the episode as soon as I was done, and then like I told Chase earlier, I blinked, it was like 5 a.m. I was confused, I was sweating, I was cold, I did not understand what just happened.
I mean, that's fair. It happens to all of us.
I'm like, I don't like this. What happened? I'm
That
scared. I am concerned. I want some juice.
I want some juice.
Cause
I need juice.
Yeah, cause like I was like really thirsty too.
That's fair.
Like I go outside to see my cat Oliver, and Alice just like looking at me with like just pure disgust. Like, what happened?
The cats always look like that, though. They always have this look of pure disdain. Like Alice always looks like she's judging. I don't know why.
That's my cat, Nico. She always has an angry look on her face.
What kind of cat do you have?
I have a little bobtail. She's a mix between Siamese and an American bobtail. And then I have a black tuxedo cat named Blake.
Fancy cat.
Yes. My husband's a weeb, so he named his cat Cat and Blake from Ruby.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Like originally,
they're both good kitties.
Originally, I was gonna name our cat Oliver Barry. You know, like Barry Allen and the other cat Canary. But Michelle was like, "Don't be a nerd."
Don't be a nerd.
But
Sean had both of these cats before we were dating, so I could not pick the names because they already had names.
You know, it's so crazy.
I like.
So it's kind of crazy. Like your husband's name is Sean, and we had like several Seans to talk about, like creepy Sean. You remember that Sean, right? The one that was like really obsessed with you at one point.
I remember creepy Sean, and then I have regular Sean. Who is kind of crazy, but I'm married to him. Well, some of my friends that I have down here in Florida, yes, I made friends, believe it or not. Well, one of them was dating a Sean, and then we had my husband, Sean, and then we had someone who who was not really part of our group, but they were like a mutual friend to me because they were friends of my friend, and his name was Sean as well. Well, we called my friend's boyfriend, who is now ex-boyfriend, Straight Sean because he was straight. We called my husband Bi Sean because he's bisexual, and then we called the other Sean Gay Sean because he wore shorts above his knees.
Is that because
Is
that because he's gay? He wears his shorts above his knees.
Yeah.
The fact that he sucks penis, it's his fucking shorts that really solid.
You know, I don't think he's even gay. Honestly, I don't know. I don't talk to him, so. Well, they'd be like, so Sean said this, and I'm like, wait, when were you talking to my husband? And they're like, no. So we had to come up with a system, you know?
Well, I mean, yeah,
Pecking
the
order.
system is necessary.
And then at my other job, I work with two Seans. I'm surrounded by Seans.
Oh my
It
god.
And I
never ends. Sean,
Oh, you know
there
you
needs to
can.
be a Sean.
Oh, Sonny, you know what you need to do. Whoever
what?
find a bunch of people named Sean, put them in a group chat, and tell them I brought you all here for a special assignment today here in Florida.
Kill yourself. No, I'm kidding. No, I have a friend who shares the name Josh, and I asked him if he was going to the fight, and he goes, "I'm a JoJo fan. I'm going to beat them all."
Yes, then.
I'm not sure if that's how that
I
works.
don't think that's how that works either, but
Yes.
did he go? No, he didn't. But
Oh, boo.
See, you have to now. I'm kind of disappointed because if he's a JoJo fan, how is he gonna fucking talk mad shit now?
But I'm gonna
Like,
get
yeah, I'm a
closer.
JoJo fan. Obviously, that can help you get there to do so.
How you gonna beat the shit out of them without
no,
getting closer?
so we we have this little JoJo's Bizarre Adventure cult at my workplace that I'm part of. We have like 5 or 6 people who are big JoJo fans there. So I just kind of like, yeah, we're a cult.
Nice.
That's fine.
It's nice. It's fun. Yeah, it's nice to just walk down the racetrack, stop, and pose dramatically in front of your coworker.
JoJo hoops.
No, we do it. Like I went bowling last night, and one of them threw the bowling ball, and then like Dio posed. It was beautiful. It was glorious. It was a gutter ball, but so beautiful.
Oh, Carter dressed up as Ronan for Halloween, I think.
That's adorable.
I'm like,
No,
it kind
I
of
told
matches.
my husband if we ever have a son, I want to name him Joseph.
Oh my
Jotaro.
god.
Joseph Joseph is my favorite JoJo character, or my favorite JoJo.
Same.
But I've also always loved the name Joseph, so I've always thought if I ever have a son, I'll name him Joseph. So it kind of works out. But if we have a son, we're gonna do a little photo shoot of him dressed up as Joseph Joestar, me dressed up as Lisa, and then Sean dressed up as, I think his name is George,
Yep.
Joseph's dad who died.
Oof.
And we're gonna be like blowing little bubbles and whatnot, and have like a little family photo shoot.
Aww.
And that's the only reason why I want a child.
That's
Is
the only reason I want to.
JoJo reference.
That's
Yep.
awful.
Isn't it?
Mom, I'm hungry. How hungry are you? Really hungry. I don't care.
No, that's not the only reason. But that's a big reason.
I mean,
And
shit.
I'm kind of ashamed of it.
I mean, shit.
No,
The
you're
only
not.
reason why. I mean, shit. The only reason why I wanted kids because of free labor.
Free oh, that's
That's
even worse. No, my dad wants me to have grandkids so bad, but I mean, dude, I have 4 and another one on the way. Come on. You don't need me to have a child for you.
My mom wants me to have kids too, and it's getting to a point where like she's dead as thinking of kidnapping my cousin's baby, who my little cousin who was just born, and little man just is just confused like, why are all these people sending me stuff? I'm not gonna lie, I was about to buy little man some Jordans.
Little Jordans. Is that what you said, little Jordans?
Mm-hmm.
That's adorable.
I'm like, he's a baby. He doesn't need Jordans. Why am I? What happened to me?
No.
I don't know.
I'm like, I'm just.
No, you guys know me decent enough. You know I would be a terrible mother. Let's be real.
Oh yeah.
I shouldn't have children.
Oh yeah. You'll probably just like leave them in the car for overnight and tell them to stop crying.
Okay, I'm not. Now, don't get me wrong. I love children. I've done babysitting and I used to be a Sunday school teacher. So I'm actually very good with kids. So I would probably be a wonderful mother. But well, you see, I'm a
So
woman.
which is it? Are
And
you
you
a
know what
terrible
women
mother or are you a
do?
great mother?
No, I'm not a mother at all.
So you
No, I'd be a good
say.
mother, but but you see, in order to be a mother, you have to go through the painful process of labor.
Oof.
Okay. Well, yeah.
And that just horrifies me.
Yeah,
I'm
That's why
scared of a lot of things, and that's one of the things I'm scared of. Just this labor. I'm pushing something out of my body that's been growing inside me for 9 months, stealing nutrients away from me.
oof.
That is a parasite. And then I have to raise it for 18 years and pay for its college education. Like
Oof.
that's weird.
Ugh.
Maybe I would be a terrible mother.
No, because like don't get me wrong, everyone thinks about that. Like me and Michelle were like, wow, if we were parents, we would be not so good. I was like, I would dead ass have this baby watching Berserk with my ass, just like, you see, now that's how you be a man. Just
Jeez.
watching Fist of North Star and shit. This baby's like, dude, I can't keep my head up. Help.
No, I told my father and my husband, once I have a mortgage and I get a house that I own, then I'll think about having a child.
That's the best thing to do.
I feel not be a
Yeah.
great time to do it either, because
Like,
you're still paying some really expensive bills.
Yeah.
wow, I just noticed
We'll see.
we've been on here for an hour and I haven't brought up like the other topics.
See, that's your
It's your problem.
I
I
know.
don't know. I've just been talking. I said what I had to say. Bye. No, I'm kidding.
just lead.
All right, so this is art
Today's
related one.
sponsor is
Nobody.
okay.
No, there is no sponsor.
None at all.
It's pain.
Hunger.
Pain.
All
That
right.
is all we need.
All right. So the topic I want to talk about was being an artist in today's world. Do you think there's oversaturation or not enough?
I don't really think so.
Think either as well. I personally think that it looks like there's an oversaturation of it, but that's mainly because thanks to social media, we're able to put our art out there more,
Mm-hmm.
and people are starting to appreciate it a little bit more and understand what it takes to do an artist or to do an artist to be an artist and how long it takes to do a piece or a project. Um, I stumbled on my words and I forgot where I was going with this.
It's cool.
It was supposed to be deep and inspirational, then I messed up.
It's okay.
I
It's okay.
don't.
It's okay.
I think it's easier to be an artist in today's world because of social media, and there's not an oversaturation of it, and people appreciate it more. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Like
Okay.
like the reason I want to talk about that was because it just seems like you know it doesn't feel like there's not enough place for artists to get a maintainable job sometimes. Like you know what all the big animation
That's definitely
studios and
true.
the lack of support a lot of artists get. So it was just something that I was wondering like why is that the case? Why is it so hard for artists to get decent work, especially when their art is like top notch stuff?
really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen Chase's work, I've seen your work, I've seen Carter work, and it's like you guys are like some of the best artists I know, and it's like these all the places that can hire you, they're not for some reason. I never understood why. Now it could have just been like, all they're my friends, and I think their artwork's always amazing. But that's not the case. I've shown some of you guys stuff to other people, and they're like, "Oh wow, that's badass."
I know a lot of problems with the industry. You have to have that degree. If you don't have a degree, they do not care whatsoever. You can be like Leonardo da Vinci, god level of an artist, and they're not going to give you one dime because you don't have a degree or you don't have 10 years of experience in the field. And I think that's another issue. Like, if you don't have experience, like professional experience in the field, you're not going to get the job.
Right.
How are you supposed to hire new artists
I
if you don't let new people come in?
and get the experience they need.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
That's true.
remember I went down to like this happened a while ago. I went down to like a bunch of art museums downtown, and like there's a lot. And like one of the artists who worked on some of the pieces was there, and I spoke to him. I was like, "Oh wow, your piece looks really amazing." He was like, "Thanks, but the museum really doesn't seem to really care." I'm like, "Oh, why is that?" Well, I'm a lot unlike a lot of people here. I didn't get my bachelor's in illustration design. I'm like, does that really matter? He's like, a little bit. Like, it all depends on where you go. I know Illinois is like it's really a big deal. He was like, if it were California, it'd be a little bit more lenient. I'm like, oh wow.
Also, I think another factor that involves, especially if you want to get in like to like the big names like Disney, Pixar, DreamWorks, like the really big companies,
Yeah.
you have to have connections.
Mhm.
You have to have them. If you don't have, if you're not related or you know somebody in that field, you're probably not going to get the job you want. And that really unfortunately sucks. But
Mhm.
with the good thing about um, social media, like YouTube, for example, like Vizzy Pop, for example, she's got
I love her
her
work.
has been hotel and her Hella Boss, and they've been posting the Hella Boss episodes on YouTube, and it's
Mhm.
getting a large following. So there, if you're not, you don't have a big name and you don't have the connections, but if you go on YouTube, you have a chance to progress your art in a way.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if employers take that as experience or not, but at least you're able to make some sort of living off of it if you get well known enough for it.
Yeah. Like I don't know if you know who this is, Jasmine. Sonny, um, LaShawn Thomas. He was like a really big deal a little while back because he made his own show called Cannon Busters, but it was in the works for a long period of time because he kickstarted it
I think
originally.
I know what you're talking about. I think I do. Yeah.
Yeah, because he worked on like the Boondocks, a lot of DC stuff. Was Black Dynamite?
Mm-hmm. Were you and William talking about it in your first podcast?
Uh, a little bit. We were talking about like the Black
A little
Renaissance.
bit. Okay.
Yeah, but like the reason
Yeah.
I bring him up was because like he's kind of him and like Vizzy Pop to me are like the best examples of independent artists, getting their work out
Hmm.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Like Chase, who was the one guy who made all those what was it you showed me? It was like with the frogs and they knew like karate or something.
Oh, you talking about Kulapari?
Yeah, that guy funded a lot of that by himself, right?
He was a former professional football player, so that's kind of where I imagine the funding came.
I mean, yeah, but like that to me still right there shows he was willing to fund it all the way through. Because it's
Yeah, true.
cause it's like it's so hard to like say if you want to do a show where you're gonna get the money, where you're gonna get the staff. And it seems like if you have enough like fans who are like backing you, like it'll definitely be possible. It'll just be like a really long ass road. But
Right.
I think it's worth it toward the end because you're seeing your vision come to life, regardless how short it is. Like, oh my god, what was it? It was like a bunch of like mystical shorts with like this dude who lost his fingers and like he went on his epic quest with his friend or something. It was Tales of something. Where are my notes?
You have notes?
Yeah, I usually have notes for things I'm
Oh,
talking about. Usually, but I
hats off to you for being kind of organized.
get kind of
What is
organized.
it?
Kind of organized. Like last night, I had it on where my work nightstand because I don't have a desk. And I woke up this morning. I was again cold sweat, confused, not sure where everything was or what happened because I swore I blinked. It was like one something, and then it's five. I'm like, what happened?
That did indeed happen.
So I'm still finding things. I literally just found my TV remote. Don't need that though.
That is incredible.
It
Job.
is.
He's doing his best.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, I'm cheering him on. Good job.
Oh, so speaking of cheering on Sunny, was there anything you wanted to promote?
Um,
BCW.
no, not really.
Really, nothing?
Oh, yes. Promote doll customizing. Watch doll customization videos. It's an interesting hobby. People should be involved in it.
Ooh, doll customizing. Do you do doll customizing too, right?
Yes, I do.
Ah, okay. Tell us more about that.
Well, what would you like to know?
Well, what do you enjoy about it?
What do I enjoy about it? Oh, I don't know. I like taking an old discarded toy and kind of making it to its own special one of a kind thing.
Hmm.
Also, it's really fun to explain the process because if you take it out of context, it sounds like murder.
Uh, okay.
Well,
Murder.
okay, so I like to use Monster High dolls or Ever After High dolls, which they were a toy brand. Um, I believe they're made by the same company that made the Bratz dolls.
I remember
Okay.
the brats.
But,
I remember the brats.
you
Yeah.
know, yeah, they were really popular when we were a kid.
Oh yeah.
Them huge ass fucking heads.
Yes, and no feet, right? Well, in order to start the doll customizing process, you have to take the hair and the face and you have to prep the doll. So, first, you have to cut all of its hair off. And then in order to get the factory paint off, you have to wipe it down with acetone or nail polish remover. And then you have to take the head off to make it easier to do like the repainting and getting the glue out inside the head. You have to dunk its head in boiling hot water, let it sit, and then yank the head off the neck peg. And then you have to take a pair of pliers or tweezers, stick it up the neck hole, and like dig out all the glue. because the doll's hair is rooted into its skull and they glue the inside of it. Let me tell you, that glue is not easy to get out. So if you can't get it out, you have to cut the top of the doll's head open and like pry it open and like get in there. And some doll customizers do body modifications. I've dabbled in some body modifications as well. So, for example, if you had a doll and you wanted to make like a fawn character, so it's the human body with the goat legs,
Mm-hmm.
you would have to modify the legs. So you'd have to like chop parts of the legs off and like recreate the pieces. I have drilled many holes into many dolls, given them like drilling holes between their legs so I could put a wooden rod in there so we can stand up.
Okay, so
Just the process in
okay,
general. So like if
so
you're talking about it in public,
yeah, it sounds like
it can
murder. Like honestly, that
it
kind of
does.
reminds me of Cannibal Holocaust with the lady on the stick scene. Like, uh,
It's a beautiful art form, but taken out of context, it's not so beautiful. It's slowly becoming popular. But it's so nice to meet somebody else. I've only personally know two people who's dabbled in it, but like I'm the only person who actually does it like as an actual hobby, like consistently and like tries to sell their dolls. I wish more people were involved in it because I know a lot of people they think the dolls are beautiful, but they don't want to buy them because they see them as toys because they're made from dolls, which in fact they're not toys. They're pieces of work that take hours upon hours upon hours to create.
exactly.
Like for example, I made a Cars doll. The villain from Part 2 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, my favorite villain. I spent 100 hours on that doll.
100 hours.
100 hours transforming, customizing that doll to a completely different character.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a long process. A lot of work goes into them, and I don't think
I
people
I
realize that.
I can tell 100 hours. I watched.
That's a lot of work.
It is. I watched this one guy. He customizes like the little Marvel Legends Marvel toys, and from what you described to me, it's the exact same process. A little bit, well, not with the
Yeah,
hair, but like the repainting and resculpting. I'm like, wow.
yeah.
Michelle tried to make her own custom doll once, but it didn't really go anywhere.
Mhm. Hey, I can hook you up.
I'll let her know.
Yeah, no, not specifically just doll customizing, toy customizing in general, customizing action figures is it's pretty they're pretty similar processes, and it does takes a lot of work. Even like the like building and painting the model ships and the model tanks and all that, so much work goes behind it, and it's so underappreciated. It really is. More people need to get on it and appreciate it because there are some talented toy customizers out there,
Oh, definitely.
and they need your support.
Yeah, like always
Even
support
like
your.
even just watching their videos is support. Like you don't necessarily have to spend $1,000 on a ball, like a handcrafted doll, or $300 on a customized doll. Like just watching their videos and commenting on their stuff is more than enough support.
Oh yeah, like RJ, he mentioned that in Woodfield they're doing like kind of like a little convention thing there, and
Yes, I think I saw that on Facebook. He was talking about it.
mhm. Yeah, he brought it up yesterday on the podcast, and I love things like that where it's like a community
Mhm.
supporting one another's businesses and like creative endeavors. It's like you don't see that a lot nowadays.
You really don't.
Like,
I know,
oh sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
I know, um, there is a huge art community in the area I live in. And there's a lot of rich people who are willing to spend money on crafts and pieces of artwork. But the unfortunate thing is, if it's not beach themed or ocean themed, you won't sell it. And I'm more of a weird artist, or like I like the weird stuff, or I like portraits. I don't like the beach stuff. I don't like the scene stuff. But that's like all that sells down here. So I'm trying to dabble in it a little bit. So if you guys see my dolls on Facebook, you're probably going to see a lot of mermaid dolls popping up because I'm pretty sure I can sell those in this area.
Nice. Like it's good
Yeah, I
it's good
I
to know
don't want
like
to
what
be
areas
painting
too.
ocean scenes. Yeah, like it everybody wants a beach house down here because a lot of northerners come down here. So we call them snowbirds. They want that for they want that for their winter houses. They want that for their Florida houses because they come down here for the winter. I hate it. I hate it so much. They don't know how to drive, but they want their houses to represent the area that they're in. So they want, seashells all over the place. They want beaches hanging on the wall.
Oh boy.
They want women laying on the beach topless. That's what they want.
So
But
pretty
I
much
don't like doing that.
so pretty much like permanent tourist.
Yeah.
Oof.
But thanks to COVID, a lot of them are just starting to move down here. The housing market is so shot right now, and it's hard for me and my husband to find a house because as soon as a house goes on the market, it's gone. It's gone. Like the housing prices are slowly rising because you can buy $100,000 house for $200,000 right now. Like it's insane. I hate it. I
Like
hate a lot of things about Florida.
I don't blame you. Like honestly, Illinois isn't really much better anyway. Like
Oh no, Florida's a
like
lot better than Illinois.
I would have to agree because like at least living there it wouldn't cost you like your soul. Like our apartment we had
Oh,
back in
it's expensive
Palatine.
down here.
It's expensive down there too.
Oh, it's very expensive.
Oof.
It's actually more expensive than Illinois.
Really?
Yay.
Hmm.
That's so
Yeah,
appealing.
well, I lived in that one bedroom apartment, that school apartment, and that was like, I believe, $700 a month or something like that. And my, I had a one bedroom, 700 square foot apartment for over like almost $1,200 a month. It was insane. And it was the cheapest place we could find. Rent is for like a one bedroom to two bedroom place is usually about $1,000.
It's like
It's crazy.
it's like that out here too. Like when me and Chase were and Michelle were living together, it was almost 15 to it was like 13 to 15 because they raised
Hmm.
the rent. They did it like every year.
And like the apartment complex that we lived in was actually really nice. Like the one I lived in college, what was it, the treehouse?
Yeah.
That was actually not a bad apartment complex. They had nice it was a nice, well kept place. This place was absolute garbage. They they charged you for lecture. They bragged about how luxurious their apartments were, but like the pool was constantly dirty.
Oh.
When we moved in, our place was infested with roaches. Like it was dirty when we moved in. The cabinets and the appliances were all scratched up, and it was
I would sue.
So many other things.
I would sue.
I've been having to wage war with the roaches.
Chase mentioned that last
It's
night.
The hallways were dirty. Like a dog pooped and nobody would clean it up.
Are you serious? Like,
Yeah.
was that the
Oh, it was
inside or the outside?
awful. Well, it's Florida, so the hallway is technically outside.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah, that apartment complex was terrible.
I don't doubt it. Holy hell.
They
Like,
didn't even have a security deposit. You had to like pay a fee. I want to say it was like $400, and that was the security deposit, but you weren't going to get it back if you didn't damage the apartment.
oh yeah, we have never gotten a security deposit back out here.
Yeah. Well, they didn't even have a security deposit. You didn't have a choice. Like, you treated the apartment was absolutely beautiful. You weren't going to get it back anyways because it wasn't even a thing. It was I hated it.
I can imagine. Oh, what was it? So, when you moved out to Florida, I don't think we told you about all the craziness that happened. You remember the two roommates I had at first, right?
Vaguely.
Yeah, those guys were jerks.
I never talked to them.
Probably for the best. They were creeps.
Yeah. From what I've heard, yeah, they were a little on the weird side.
Oh yeah. They actually cornered Chase at one point. Chase, what did they tell you?
Yeah. That I had to clean the bathroom by myself because it was all my fault why it was messy. I was like, not gonna fly.
And here's the thing: one of them was kicked out of the art institute, and the only reason why he was there was because we allowed him to stay there because we kind of felt bad for him because, well, I don't know, we were just being nice. And we allowed him to stay there for a little bit until he can find another place, whatever. And it had been like what, like 3 months he was there, and like we didn't even think he was looking for a new place. I think he was still gonna think that we're gonna let him ride all the way through or ride all the way in through. I mean, honestly,
Oh, he was taking advantage of you.
basically. So it got to a point where me and Carter cornered them and was like, "You guys gotta leave," and they were like, "We gotta leave." Well, that's complete BS. So like, why we have to leave? And we pretty much broke down everything they did because in their previous room they punched a hole in the wall and covered up with tape and paint and kept putting food within
Oh, of
inside the
course.
couch.
They were chads.
Oh yeah.
Punching holes in walls.
Yeah, and they
I
had
mean,
food in the
yeah.
couch. Like dead ass they hid food
That
in the couch.
that's disgusting.
Yeah. The whole situation was terrible. And the other guy was just as bad.
Hmm?
Like the other roommate we got after them, dude was, he was well, me and Carter didn't find out later, but he was going through me and Carter's drawers. We're not sure what he was looking for, but like the way we found out was because he told himself. He was like, "Hey, you guys mind if I borrow that Kill Bill movie?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." Then Carter was like, "How does he know we have Kill Bill?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" That's in the dresser. I'm like, "Are you?" Because me and Carter never watched the movie around him, and
Yeah.
Carter was like, "Dude, I think he went through our stuff." And then he brought
Yeah,
in.
that sounds a little suspicious. A little sus.
It was very
Little
sus.
sus.
Oh, then he brought in some girl who was a lesbian, by the way, that he thought he was going to smash, and she was awful. She hit on Michelle, and Michelle was like, "No, no." Yeah. Chase though, he's a savage. Like, she was locked out one night,
Of course.
and like he heard her, and pretended like he wasn't there. He didn't say anything. This man like dead ass went in the back room and played his PS4. And then she slept on the
Yeah,
laundry
no, I
machine
will.
outside.
No.
Yeah, look, I don't feel no mercy, none whatsoever.
And like
I
I
think
go ahead.
I was mostly mad because the first time she met me, she introduced herself. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever, nice to meet you. And I was drawing something, and on the side of my table, I had like a bunch of Starburst. She started rooting through them. It's like, oh, what you got here? I'm like, get the fuck away from my Starburst! Like, the stay away. I woke up one night. I passed out on the front couch. I woke up. My fan was on the floor with her. It was laying on top of her. I'm like, what are you doing? It's like, oh, my face really warm. I'm like, get the fuck off my fan. Like, what are you? Get out of here. It's off.
I think we've all had terrible roommate experiences. Let's be real.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I had
go ahead. Go ahead.
almost all of my roommates were pretty bad.
Well, with an attitude like that, I'm not surprised.
Hey.
Uh,
No,
Like I
the
remember there
first
was
one threatened
like didn't one of them threaten to kill
what?
your didn't one of them threaten to kill your pet?
No, I was actually getting ready to say it. They threatened to kill me in front of an RA.
Oh God.
oh,
And then she denied the whole thing. And I don't remember who the RA was. And she's like, I literally heard it. You can't deny that. Well, I think she was kicked out of the art institute. She was cray cray. Um and then the other one, um the other one accused me of stealing her packages, and
well, did you?
no, I didn't.
Okay.
No, I didn't steal her. No, I'm not that terrible a person. Come on, dude. And she didn't want to be my roommate anymore because I was crying all the time. But like, I just gone through a terrible breakup, so I was really depressed about it. So of course, you're going to cry, and she just couldn't handle it.
Man.
Yeah, and then my next roommate, she was actually really cool, and we're actually still friends, and we talk pretty often. And then my next roommate, he didn't even go to the art institute. He came with the good roommate. He was he was a transgender cosplayer, so he was constantly working on his next cosplay.
Oh.
He had so much crafts. He didn't even pay rent, first off. He would barely pitch in for groceries. He wouldn't pitch in for like internet or anything. So I actually stopped paying. I actually like got rid of the internet because of it. Because I was never at the house anyways, so why do I need it?
Right.
And remember, they owe me $300 still to this day.
Yeah, you ain't getting them $300.
Yeah, they used one of my closets to store all of their cosplay stuff, and they just threw it in there. I remember coming home one day, and he was sitting on the floor, the living room floor, with a tarp, working on a cosplay, flicking paint, like when you like run, you dip the paintbrush in paint, and then you run your fingers across the bristles that splatters the paint. He was doing that with my $20 paintbrush without even asking me. I screamed at him, you don't touch my paintbrushes. Especially my $20 one that I got as a gift. No, you don't do that. He would constantly use my art supplies without even asking. So I had to start locking my door, and then he figured out how to pick a lock.
What?
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. And he would not leave. He wouldn't leave my apartment. I told him, like, you have to move out. And then finally, he worked at Potbelly's as well. Everybody hated him. And my boss told me, he goes, "Oh, so you're excited that insert name is moving to Missouri?" And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, he's moving." And I'm like, "Are you serious? You didn't know about that?" I go, "No, they never told me." They go, "They literally have 1 week left." And I'm like, "Are you serious?"
Wow.
And then I left shortly after that too.
The freedom.
Yeah, like I can't believe they didn't tell me.
I mean, that's fair. I'd be mad too.
I'm like, it's like, you owe me $300, and I'd remind them every day, like, you owe me this much. You owe me this much. Well, I paid for a little bit of. I'm like, I don't care if you paid for a little bit of groceries. You owe me
That doesn't outweigh the
this
balance.
much.
Right. Oh. I hate when people are like that.
Yeah, no,
It's
that's
gonna be
understandable.
because whenever me and Chase borrowed anything from another, we always gave it back like a day or a week after. What was it? A day or a week after, and like we never had a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like whether it be like what food or money or like hell, like wasn't at one point Chase we were using like each other video games or something.
Uh,
Well,
I think so. Sure.
Yeah, you let me borrow that.
you see,
Sorry, go ahead.
you guys are decent people.
I wouldn't go quite that far.
Well, maybe not Chase, but
Fair. I can't really argue that point. I've earned that. No worries.
I always
no, Chase, you're a decent human being. Congratulations.
Yay.
I always
You're only kind of a dick.
Only kind of a dick. That's fair.
I always consider myself an anomaly of good and pure chaos.
Yeah.
One, I will say that.
Because it's like if I like you, you're my friend. I trust you. I can tell you things. If I don't like you, then they're gonna find you in a gutter.
Wait, what?
But
Oh, so I wanna let you guys know. I've told my sister, about my friends from college, and she really wants to meet Angelo for some reason. That's it. She doesn't care about the other ones. She just wants to meet Angelo.
Well, I
I
don't
don't know
care.
why.
I mean,
See how that feels.
I mean, I do start pretty interesting conversations.
That's for
It's
sure.
not that you start interesting conversations, it's that you're literally a walking, talking.
I'm a literally walking.
I remember half of the conversations you would start be like, "Hey, so who would you think who would win in the fight? Insert this random character or this random character from a different franchise." Like I've heard you start a conversation so many times that way, and I didn't even know anything about half of the characters you mentioned, and I'd just be like,
Oh god.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was
say
really.
random character name, and then you'd be like, "How so?" I'm like, "I don't know."
You better. I just like the idea of Angelo cornering someone. Like, you better think of it. Think of a reason as to why. It's like, please, don't hurt me.
I have a family.
I don't know. Angelo's just like, did that family help you decide which character would win? No, that's what I thought.
Oh no.
Angelo just being hella aggressive for no reason.
You know, the only person I've ever been aggressive with was Connor, if you guys remember him.
I don't honestly.
I remember him. He smelled bad.
He was a.
He
Look
was
at
the
that.
smelly kid.
He was.
That's how you remember him. He's shit.
Like he was.
I remember after
Go ahead. Sorry.
me and my first boyfriend woke up, he constantly tried to cuddle me, and I'm like, dude, get away from me. He
You
was
smell
really
like
weird.
shit.
He did. He would. He was also kind of a dick. He would, talk to you like like he was your friend and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
and then he'd go to somebody else and like talk so much crap about you.
Oh yeah,
It was awful. Like he was talking bad about everybody he was nice to.
oh yeah, like he tried talking
You
shit about Carter, and I was like, well, I'm friends with Carter, so fuck yourself. He was like, oh, I didn't actually mean it. I'm like, no, you meant it.
Yeah,
just a
he was an
douche.
interesting character who needs to learn what a shower is.
Him and my friend.
Apparently that guy has a child.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I
I
heard
don't know if that's true or not, but
I heard someone mention that. I don't remember who though.
it was probably me.
Probably. Like, there's so many conversations me and Jasmine have had to a point where it was just like, oh, do you remember this? Kind of. We've had a lot of conversations.
Yeah.
oh,
Friends usually do that.
oh,
That is true. That happened.
I remember when me, you, and Carter went to the mall, and we were having a grand old
Mm-hmm.
time because we had got through from that salad buffet, and we were just having like a great time until he showed up,
Mm-hmm.
just on the escalators.
I remember I was at the mall. I don't remember everybody who was there, but we had a decent group of people. And we were sitting down, and Angela, you get up and you're like, I need a pair of sunglasses. You walk into one of the 20 sunglasses hut they had in Woodfield Mall. You pick up a pair of glasses, put them there, walk out, and you're just shaking your head
I saw the price.
because of how expensive they were. You're like, I can't afford $300 pair of sunglasses.
The Ray-Bans, summer shades. No one.
I just really love sunglasses.
I like sunglasses too. I have like 20 pairs, but they're all like $5, $10 pair of sunglasses.
The most expensive pair I have are, believe it or not, yeah, Ray Bans. And like, here's the thing: I was at a pawn shop, and a guy who has recently had sold his whole collection of them, uh, told them they were fake. But
Mm-hmm.
I think he may have been mistaken because they were legit Ray Bans.
No, really.
yeah, I
That
got.
guy just got ripped off.
Yeah, like these were legit Ray Bans. I got two pairs, and like I'm like I bought Ray Ban sunglasses for $5 today.
Oh my gosh.
Like the fake
I don't
ones,
know how much Ray-Bans go for, but
quite a bit.
I figured as much.
Like normally you can tell they're fake if you can't see the logo on the other end, and on this one you could.
Mm.
I'm like,
Unless it was a really nice ripoff, knockoff.
it's hard to say. I'm just like I have Ray Ban sunglasses. Will I ever
Summer
buy?
shades.
Will I ever buy like the actual priced ones? Probably not. Will I go to Walmart, Target, and buy as many as I other sunglasses? Most definitely.
I don't understand why certain things are so expensive.
Most clothing brands or just like
Yeah, like accessories and clothing brands.
okay,
Like, I
so
understand, I would understand why a pair of Jordans are like $100 or so. I don't know how much Jordans go for
like
because,
500.
they're a nice shoe. They're made to last. They take a while to make. But, I don't understand why a pair of shoes goes for $17,000.
Okay, so
Like,
half
that's insane.
so half the time it's because a celebrity either quote unquote designed it when in reality they probably just told the artist like, hey, make these ugly looking shoes and let's like, you know, oversell them like a motherfucker.
They just signed a contract, pretty much. Yeah, like that's
like Kanye West shoes.
and you know,
Basically
people are
like
gonna
Adidas.
buy it. People are gonna buy it specifically because I'm gonna spend thousands of dollars on a pair of red bottom Louis Vuittons because one, it's Louis Vuitton. Two, it's gonna make me look like I'm a big important person. But in reality, Louis Vuitton shoes are not made to be worn a lot. They wear down very quickly, especially the red paint on the bottom of them. So if you have to like get them, you have to send them to a shoe repair quite frequently if you wear them all the time.
Oh yeah. One of my cousins has a Gucci belt, and I'm like, okay, that's cool and all, but did you really need this? And like, where'd you get the money from this? Because last time I saw you, you were like, I lost my car, and I'm just like, so you probably spent the exact same amount as your car note was, and just let your car get taken away to get a damn Gucci belt.
One of my coworkers is big on the big like the Gucci and the Supreme and whatnot. And he's not stupid with it. He saves up for it at least.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
So I mean, at least he does that. But it's like, man, you could use that money for other stuff. Like,
They really can. Here's the what is the appeal behind Thrash? Like not Thrash. Was it Supreme or Thrasher? What is the appeal behind those?
the name. That's pretty much it.
That's it.
Just if you were wearing that, it just tells people that you can afford it pretty much.
Jeez.
It makes you feel like you're rich and you're successful and you're powerful. But I can feel powerful in a pair of $80 boots, so I don't understand.
Here's the thing: if I see
That's
people
fair.
dress, with like expensive clothing, I honestly think they're broke because only broke people dress this way.
Have you seen Jeffree Star? All he wears is Louis Vuitton. Let's be real.
I have no idea who that is.
You don't know who Jeffree Star is?
I do not.
Yeah, you're not missing much, actually. Um, no, he used to be a musician back in like the MySpace days.
Oof.
But now he has his own YouTube channel and he has his own makeup company.
Didn't he get attacked by?
Wait. This actually.
Wasn't he?
Did this person
No,
date
what?
someone named Patrick Starr?
No, Jeffree Star wasn't he embroiled in a bunch of controversy because he did or said something to somebody that kind of really backfired on him?
Um, that happens a couple of times a year, so yes. He's constantly in controversy, but that's just like the makeup community for you in general.
I mean, I guess.
Michelle watched a video on one of them. It was the most famous one that was apparently sleeping with Kanye West.
I think somebody made that as a joke, but I don't think it was true.
Oh. Well, speaking of internet celebrities, do you know the two I can't stand the most?
Who?
The
Paul family.
That's
the Logan Paul and Jake Paul. Yeah.
I cannot stand them.
Yeah, they're not.
Like honestly, the way I found out about them was the only way I found out was because of the whole Suicide Forest thing, and that like he took it as a joke.
Oh, I saw that video. I'm like, oh god, what is this about? I thought it was like some clickbait thing, but it was real. It was terrible. Oh, it was awful.
What's really messed up was if it was like anyone else, they would have been like, the video would have been taken down. They would have been demonetized. Like YouTube would took whoever someone else did this to the ringer, and that didn't happen. Nothing happened.
Yeah. I mean, it did ruin his career a little bit, but his brother, I haven't heard anything about him lately, but his brother is I'm not gonna say their names because I get them mixed up. But you know who I'm talking about. The younger one
Yeah,
is still kind of famous, I think.
yeah.
I think it doesn't he constantly pick fights with UFC fighters or something. I don't know. I don't pay attention to them.
Yeah,
And his recent one is people were saying that like it was rigged and like he paid the guy a crap ton of money to win.
the thing about that is he was fighting a guy named Ben Askren, and Ben Askren's best UFC days are very, very, very far behind him. He could easily still kick the shit out of all of us. That's not a joke. The man is still a very talented grappler and really good wrestler, but he was never known for his striking capability. So having him in the ring with a boxer, it's just like, here, let me throw this cat into a fight with a tiger. Like it's a really bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude's excited. Like the Jake Paul, I think is the one who's doing it. He's all excited. He's like, yeah, look at me, I'm a badass. Like you beat up a man whose prime is like 10 years behind him, who is
Yeah,
never.
that I remember that. That was recent, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
I still say it was rigged.
I don't know if it was rigged. I wouldn't go that far.
I will.
Why Ben Askren? He had a really good career in the UFC. Like he's a legit mixed martial artist.
Okay,
I don't know
like
why he would taint his legacy. I don't know why he would purposely taint his legacy as a fighter against a YouTube star for money. Like you couldn't pay me to do that shit. Like,
I don't
bro, get the
know.
fuck up
Like
out of here.
I watched the highlights. It's just the way like he fell down. I'm like, it's just something. There's a lot of it seemed off. So maybe it could have been his age. It could have been like everything else, but just something about the whole fight just seemed off.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. I mean, I don't know. I don't really think it was rigged at all. I can't see it being rigged. I can't see Ben Askren throwing his entire legacy down the drain for a paycheck. I just don't see that happening.
True, true, true. What was I don't know.
I
It's
just
just
don't.
it's just that like when people like them get famous from basically doing nothing, it's kind of a insult to people who actually are talented.
It's like that 10-year-old kid who gets famous, who makes $10 million a year opening Pokemon cards on YouTube.
Oh God,
Isn't that insane though?
it really
Yeah,
is.
it is. That's ridiculous.
Word up to little dude, making the money, but it's like same time, why isn't attention given to someone who's actually doing something? Like, we have all these talented, musicians, artists, public speakers, and like people who actually do things, and
Mm-hmm.
we get and all the spotlight's given to like, oh well, Melissa over here can make silly noises on TikTok, so let's see what's going on there, guys.
I don't understand the whole TikTok craze. But
Uh,
I mean, who am I to talk? We had Vine, which is superior, let me say that. But our humor was, ooh woo, I got you a cookie, but I eaten it. Like, come on. I mean, that's pretty pathetic. We would shout, I like cheese all the time. Come on.
That is true.
oh god,
Our
yeah,
humor was pretty pathetic.
yeah, there was a lot of cringe.
Yeah, you went wrong. It really, really was.
I mean, all we do is quote SpongeBob all day. Like, come on.
You're not wrong.
That is
You
accurate.
are not wrong.
In our,
Is this
in
an
our
instrument?
chats, you will often be making gifs about SpongeBob, like that. Some shit.
Oh, great. Oh,
It,
crap. I did it
it,
again.
it,
So, I normally let people know how long we've been on, and we are officially on 2 hours. So, I want to know, Sonny,
Ooh, nice.
do you want to keep going and try and beat last night's record, or do you have something to do?
I absolutely do not want to beat last night's record. Thank you very much.
What was last night's record?
Almost
3
3
hours.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't think people want to listen to my voice for 3 hours, so
All right.
I don't even want to listen to it now.
I love you too. Dick.
Okay, so all right,
Fair.
so here's my ultimatum. What if Chase, Sonny, you guys come back for the next episode I'm gonna do because I feel like there's more we can talk about, and we try and bring Carter's skinny ass back in here, just so we can bully him.
Yeah, he's really gonna want to be in here if you're insulting him in the fucking podcast. Carter, I just
Yeah,
want
he knows.
let's not. We're not going to assault the little Carter.
Carter is a sexy beast. All right.
He needs to start posting more of his art on Facebook. Every time I see it, I'm just stunned. It is so gorgeous. I really like the style he's got going on. It really works.
It's amazing.
I can't wait for him to start an OnlyFans page because you know damn well that man can sell feet pics.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I haven't stared at his feet recently, so I don't know if I can agree with that or not.
I can't stop. I have a problem.
No, his characters he's got going on are very interesting. Is he actually going to be starting a comic?
He is, but he's keeping it very secret.
Yeah, he's keeping it to himself, which is probably the right thing to do.
Oh, Chase is
okay. So me asking about it on a podcast going on the internet is not very secretive.
No, you can ask about it. We just can't. Like, I don't know anything about it, and I don't think Angelo knows anything about it either.
Okay.
So it's not like, yeah, we can talk. We can say that he's working on something, but I that's about all we can say because we don't know what else he's doing.
Okay, here's the thing.
Well, I support it. I'm gonna read it. I'm excited for it.
Here's the thing. Carter's the JJ Abrams of our friend group. He has something in the works, and we don't know what it is yet.
He really is.
like.
Oh, I finally discovered a style for myself that I like. So I don't know if you guys have seen my Instagram or my Facebook. I've been posting a lot of sketches.
I've seen a lot of your work, and like since we're kind of at the end here, I don't want to go on for much longer, but I really like what I've seen so far.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to start doing something with it.
Nice. You know what?
Hopefully.
Here's an idea. What if we had a live stream drawing session, all of us?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I'm not really a drawer, so
a 3D model then.
I can't 3D model because my Mac subscription ran out, and Blender does not run on my laptop at all.
Well, then play Persona in the background, and we'll still just all hang out. Because I miss I miss my homies. All right.
Come to Florida then.
I'm too afraid that alligators are gonna fly through my windshield and just eat me.
If you're afraid, I'm hoping that happens because I want a pet alligator to take home.
Well, I don't have any of them near we have plenty of alligators in the area. They're usually in the canals. They're usually not flying through the windshield. The only time they're flying through the windshield when they're being wielded by a cracked up Floridian. That's the only time.
Fair enough. Here's the thing. I want to go. I want to come back out there to go to Universal and Disneyland because I went there I want to say, oh my god, 15 maybe 11 years ago. And
not to see me. That's fine.
So we all can hang out. Jeez. All right, I haven't been to Disneyland with my friends yet, and I want to go and see what that would be like. See if we can get thrown.
I've never been to Disneyland, so.
You haven't?
I hear it's the place where dreams are made.
Oh dear God.
Oh, then Chase, we have to leave you there.
So my dream of owning an alligator.
I can imagine Chase. I can imagine Chase being angry, and then the mascots are like, "Remember, this is a place of happiness. If you're not happy, we'll make you happy."
And then I slowly start to murder my way through all the mascots. But this brings me.
Turns out they're not humans.
Mickey Mouse goes first. Mickey Mouse goes first.
Oh no.
That creepy bastard always made me uncomfortable.
Wait, so are we ending this session or not?
Yes, we are. We got a little carried away. All right, so
I
closing
see that.
statements.
Midwesterns.
So so Sonny, it was great having you onto the show. I'm glad you shared your story with us today. Like I again
Thank
that's
you.
that's just people like that are just disgusting, and I'm sorry you went through that. And oh my god, you know
Well,
Well,
I love you
there,
guys.
we love
there
you too.
is some good because you eventually met the man you married, so things did turn out pretty well, I would
Hmm.
say.
Also,
But
you have to tell
yeah, that
your
was.
husband he has to be in the family mud wrestling contest.
And we
Hey,
all wear
Sean, you have to be in the family mud wrestling competition.
and we all wear thong.
And we all wear thongs.
No girls allowed. Only guys at this party.
He he said no thanks. My dad used to do that kind of crap.
Oh no!
Well,
Don't I know?
how do you know you won't have fun?
But how are we gonna do the wet?
Bullshit.
Then he has to compete inside the wet t-shirt contest.
Okay.
He has to.
He might be able to do that.
I mean, he has no choice. That's only how he can get
He
blessed in.
he has no choice.
Listen, he wants to be part of the group. He's got to participate.
So tell him I said lather up.
Okay. Leather.
Get the oil.
Okay, guys, it's been fun, but we actually have to log off now. Sonny and Chase,
Okay.
if you guys aren't busy next week, let me know because I would definitely love to have you guys on here again if I can't find anyone else. Okay.
Okay.
Good to me.
All right, guys, it's been fun, but we have to log out. This has been Marvel the Sage, Sonny, and Chase, and you guys have a nice day.
Peace.